Paris, chérie, mon beau Paris, c'est toujours toi que j'aime.
Hello everyone and welcome to ParisSetMeFree.com mini photo tutorials from Paris. As you can see today, or a few weeks ago, I was in a very famous flea market in Paris, and absolutely wonderful things and wonderful shots you can get there. Let's have a look at where it was exactly. It's down in the south here, along this boulevard, which now has a tramway, and which is right next to the Boulevard Périphérique, which is a big ring road that goes around Paris. Right, now you've got to zoom right in here, see if I can remember where it is. Boulevard Jourdain. Right, this is my local park, Parc Montsouris, and it's just down here. Around here, Porte de Vanves. Yeah, it's around there, I think. Yeah, this one. Avenue Georges Bababa, La Fenestre, and Avenue Marc Saunier, and even right the way over to the bridge. This is a bridge here which actually goes around the Périphérique. Let's see. I don't suppose if I go down here it'll have happened to be a day of the market. There's a Paris toilet for you to look at and enjoy indeed. Okay, where am I? No, it doesn't look like it was a market day, but funnily enough, on market day, oh, what's happened there? I've just zoomed my window all the way over. That's not very good because everything will be messed up now. Ha! Right, so it wasn't a market day, but that's where it is. Yeah, there you go. All around here is people selling all sorts of nonsense, complete junk, and some really great stuff. So that's where it is. Let's go back to, where was I? Yeah, my pics. Okay, just going to realign this window. Right, so there's my pics. These were the first ones that I saw. Hang on, and the next one is what I'm going to talk about. This, I told you there was weird stuff, didn't I? This hand sticking up from a bucket. Yeah, why? Just don't ask. No, I took another couple. That one's almost identical, and another one there. This chargement is not part of the photograph. I took it whilst on a tour with a wonderful Australian lady called Amanda, who actually did a photo tour with me with two of her wonderful friends, and decided she wanted to carry on having lessons. So we did a great little series of 5 outings, 5 times 2 hours, although it inevitably turned into more than 2 hours. Photography knows no time limits, believe me, in Paris. So we did 5 different trips, and I'm going to be showing you quite a lot of photographs, hopefully, from those over the next little while. So this was a trip that she suggested, actually, to this flea market. I love it that people can still tell me things about Paris that I didn't know about, and she told me about this, which was just round the corner from where I live, and I didn't even know that there's one of the most highly renowned, and it's not exactly antiques, but sort of flea markets. They call them brocante, selling all sorts of stuff from yesteryear. One of the best in Europe, and so I was so excited to discover that. There are some difficulties in shooting flea markets and people who frequent them, and I'll talk about that in other shots where there are actually people. As it was, I can take pictures of buckets on the floor without anybody getting really upset. So I'll focus on the photo, as it were. Now let me see. Now Amanda posted some photographs on her blog. In fact, she created a blog just for our tours, I think, and some of their pictures. And she put a whole load of photographs. Look at these. Okay, sorry, I'll just kill that phone. That's professional, isn't it? Okay, so this was her. It's probably going to ring again in a moment. This is her version of that shot. I mean, we were obviously together, and look what you've got here. You've got these hands. You've also got some funny bits of metal lying on the floor, and you've got people's feet. Now, my final version of that was this. Right, so as you can see, it's not exactly the same, is it? So have a look. That's what I ended up with, people. Now let's just go back and see which one I finally chose in the end. If I go back to my set of pictures, okay, there was this one, which that's the one I used. You see, it had the hands and then it had the feet with a kind of diagonal here. So there's already correspondences, aren't there? Hands and feet. I guess they're supposed to be feet. Well, they remind me of feet. The others weren't quite so good, were they? Look, there's no feet there. It's just a picture of the bucket. It's definitely lacking. It's not as strong as the other photograph. This one is the same. So I took that, I took that, I took that, and then I was on to other stuff. So this was the one that did it for me. So from that, I then had to do something nice with it. And that's what I ended up with. Now, I've made it, what have I done? I've made it squarer. If you go back to where I was, you can see that it was quite a long photograph. But look at this. This is doing absolutely nothing for me. And when I come to think of it, neither are the edges of their coats there. What I love is this diagonal with the bottom left hands and the top right feet. And well, would you credit it? I happen to have got a few real feet as well. Well, this is what I did. I made it more square, not square, but much squarer. So, got rid of that stuff on the left that did nothing at all. Got rid of the coats practically. Left and then cropped very tightly around the edges of the bucket. The legs there, not cutting off this foot here. You see, that's important for me. Not cutting off these feet. I've just got feet. It's feet and a bit of leg, which goes in very nicely with this, doesn't it? Feet and leg, and the hands. I haven't got any hands. I do have a little thingy up there. Let's see what that was like in the original photograph. It was just that leg there, you see, and I thought I'd leave it in. Why? Don't know. Kind of adds a tiny bit of interest to that corner. I could have easily chopped it off just by, but then if I'd to bring it down, I'd had to get uncomfortably close to the edge of this foot here and the edge of this foot here. So I didn't, and I quite like it. It's something is happening in the top right. This little drainy thing doesn't worry me either. That's just an aspect of the street. There's nothing else getting in the way. There's not even any cigarette ends or anything. And then coming down here to the bottom, I've got I very much like this line here, this diagonal line, kind of chopping off the edge of this corner of the photo. The bucket is complete. The feet, if you notice, very interesting, don't get in the way of anything. Look, it actually fits in between those two not real feet. This one fits in there, and kind of almost those 2 feet there are going round this one, which is kind of cute. You know, it's almost as though this person decided, oh, I better not step on their feet, you know, as though they were real feet. Well, I suppose they're probably something to be sold, although who would buy that? Your guess is as good as mine. So I don't think I need to say much more about the composition there. I've explained myself. I hope you understand what I was getting at, even if you don't agree. Don't often explicitly say that I'm very pleased with the photograph. This one I actually am. I must admit a lot of that's got to do with my messing around with the colours afterwards. I'll just compare with the original once more. Well, let's say with Amanda's. Okay, look at those colours there. It was here we go. It was a drab grey day. You know, nothing very exciting about those colours. Look, can you see any blue or green there? Well, neither can I. Even in my original, it looks like this. It's even more washed out than Amanda's. I don't think she's done any post-processing, you know, good for her. But I decided to, because I love the composition, hate the blandness of the colours. So it turned into this. Hey, look, blue, green. Look what's happened to the colour of this bit of rope hanging off the edge there. It's got a rich, rusty orange. So that's definitely a special effect which has contributed greatly to the final image, and that's what I do. That's one of my photographic aims, is to produce something halfway between boring, sometimes, photographic reality and a painting. And that's my latest. Hope you like it, folks. Thanks for visiting, and see you again soon down at parissetmefree.com. See you in Paris. Bye bye.
Depuis que je suis à Paris, le jour et la nuit, je suis gris. J'ai compris la douceur de vivre, je suis fou de joie, je suis ivre. Depuis que je suis à Paris.